Hey guys and girls, welcome to episode 19 of Just Wandering Oz. This video, our travels through Outback Queensland take us to the pop-up out of nowhere Betoota Hotel, and of course it would be rude not to stop for a beer. We then have an overnight stop in Windora where we take a stroll through a beautiful community art garden. The ultimate destination though for this nerd was the Aramangan Natural History Museum, where we took a fantastic tour to see the fossil remains of the Titanosaur sauropods George and Cooper, the largest dinosaurs to ever be found in Australia. Another quick overnight stop in Quilpie saw us catch some decent sized yabbies for dinner. The last leg of our journey has us eating damper and gazing at the stars in Charleville before heading back home.
We found a serpent. Is that what it is? Is it the serpent?
Yeah, it's the Dreamtime Serpent.
Dreamtime serpent.
So apparently I read before, it's made out of all the sand and gib rocks and stuff from around the area, and it connects the desert and the rivers and everything all together with the indigenous people. So it like connects all their Dreamtime beliefs together.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Is it a representation of like the Diamantina River or something, or?
No, it's the serpent, they think. So in the Dreamtime, the serpent, or the rainbow serpent, created all of the gullies and the mountains because it was so big that when it moved, it created the gullies and the mountains when it went up and down.
There you go. You might get a better look at it here.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
There's a little info thingy. We'll go for a walk over there.
Yeah, go take some photos.
Yeah. Sculptures of the Dreamtime. The artwork first originated from the idea of having public art created to connect the three towns in the Shire, and the gibbers, sandhills and dust storms were a great way to do these connections. This piece of art is of the Dreamtime Serpent travelling on Mythica country. It is making pathways connecting the river systems in the channel country of the Diamantina Shire. The serpent is created with all the different types of gravel and gibbers that are found throughout the Shire. Well guys, we just stopped in at the Betoota pub. It was really cool.
Yeah, cute little pub in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. There's camping. You got to pay for the showers, but there are shower and toilet facilities. I think it's like $5 for a 3-minute shower or something like that.
What are we currently with? The 13th or 14th of July, sorry?
We are the 14th of July.
14th of July, but you don't need to pay for showers because the creek's got water in it. You just go for a swim. It's currently 28 degrees. It's swimming weather.
It is actually, it's quite warm outside. The sun has some bite to it, and there is a lot of water lying around.
Yeah, we've just had a heap of rain come through.
But yeah, the pub's really cool. We stopped in, had a beer. If you camp there, you can get brekkie and dinner at the pub. They have a massive big fire pit and a whole heap of camp ovens, so it looks like when they get quite busy, they do big camp cookups.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks really cool. Yeah.
I just love Australia for these stretches of sort of your 300 to 400k stretch where there's nothing. You're on like a remote road. There's no reception. There's no anything. There's one between Charters Towers and Claremont. There's 300 odd kilometres, maybe 400 odd kilometres, but there's nothing. But almost bang on halfway is a pub. There's one on that road, there's one on this road, and I'm sure if we go through and do a little bit of research, we could probably find there's one on many roads. It's like, no, this is a long, boring road. We need to break it up with some alcohol. Thank you, Australia, for being Australian. miles.
Oh my god, I haven't heard that ad in so long, and I could go so long without hearing that bloody ad.
How good is it? Well, good morning from out the back of Windora. We got to Windora last night. She was a pretty big drive, and it was sort of the last 100 k's is bitumen, but your first 200 odd aren't, and it's pretty bad.
Pretty rubbish.
Yep.
No!
That's a good one.
Guys, if you're on dirt roads, slow the freak down. It's not that hard to slow down when you're going past someone. There's got a massive big chip in the windscreen, and this windscreen is only a year old because of the last chip that got in it from someone going really fast on a dirt road.
Good thing you got free windscreen once a year. Not much you can do about it. It's on these outback roads. It's a good one.
They're not going to be able to fix that. They'll have to replace it.
That'll spread. She'll grow. When you're on these development roads or even on the dirt roads, and when we stopped in Birdsville, when we stopped in Mungarani, and when we stopped in Betoota, everybody was talking about it. Everybody had the same story. Like when you're passing oncoming traffic, slow down and get over as far as you can. Like it takes you 2 seconds to slow down and then speed back up. Yeah, you might ruin a little bit of fuel economy, but you're not going to crack somebody's windscreen because you throw rocks. You don't know about it because you're just doing your thing.
Especially if you've got muddies. Muddies are really bad for throwing rocks.
Yes. And like our van has mud terrain, so I always do it. I slow down. Anyway, Windora last night was great. The caravan park goes either side of the road. There's like an older side of the road, like an older part of the caravan park, and then a new part. Just pull up, find your spot, whether it's powered or unpowered, and there's toilets and showers there. And then the council lady, man, whoever comes along sort of in the afternoon, or if she sees you pull in, and they'll collect your money off you. $15 unpowered, 25
powered. It's pretty reasonable.
We were reading on Wiki that can go up to like $35, $40 in peak season.
Yeah.
Plan today is Arimanga.
Yes. So we've had a lot of people go like, why the hell do you want to go to Arimanga? Because I'm a nerd. So there's a natural history museum in Eromanga, and they have a dinosaur museum because they have found the Titanosaur sauropods, which is the largest dinosaur found in Australia, and they've just recently found a new one, and it's all in Eromanga. So all this area used to be the Arimanga Sea, so it was a really shallow inland ocean, and it's where all the dinosaurs obviously came to get their water and everything. So there's lots of fossils that they've found around this area, lots of dinosaur bones and everything like that. So when we did the dinosaur trail, I actually found out about this one, and I said to Laurie, and that was nearly a year ago that we did that, and I said to Laurie, I really want to go to Arimanga, so we've like kind of made it especially on the way home for this trip so that we can go to Arimanga, just because I'm a nerd.
Yeah. my thing was I want to do the Birdsville track, and I want to go to Birdsville and have a beer in the pub. Done that, and it turns out Birdsville and Arimanga are up that far apart. So
yeah, so it's kind of on the way home.
We've done... We're 200 kilometres off doing 10,000 k's this trip, and our biggest complaint is dust.
Like the van.
We're doing all right.
The van has exceeded my expectations.
Oh, performed absolutely fabulously. Has towed seamlessly.
Like apart from a couple of screws coming out of hinges because you're over corrugations all day, which happens anywhere. Can't be helped.
It doesn't matter. You can spend $150,000 on a van, and guess what? Your screws are still going to work their way loose because you're going. Oh, we just went past the sign that said ignore your GPS. This is the road to, and I didn't read the rest of it.
Why didn't you read the rest of it?
Oh, because we were going too fast. But I like that. Ignore your GPS. This will take you there. I don't know. Do you trust a road sign or your GPS? Probably a road sign.
Good morning, guys. We are at the Arimanga Natural History Museum.
Gonna go see big old mate Cooper.
Yeah, and George.
Who's
It's George.
Where's George?
I think
What's
George is the
do?
new one.
Nah, you're drunk.
Pretty sure George is the new one that they've just found.
Okay.
But we've booked in for the 11 o'clock dinosaur tour. So we get to see all the lab and the collection area and stuff like that, which we did in Winton, but it'll be cool to see again. Because nerd.
I'm sure some of you are curious about the two giant legs in the room. These are Cooper's front and hind left legs. Based and modelled off some of the fossil material in which we have of Cooper, we have between 10 and 15% of him. However, you only need 9% to describe as a new species. So Cooper represents the Australotitan Cooperensis species. We are lucky enough to have other individuals of the same species, Tom and George. Has anyone heard the term black soil before? Yeah, cool, awesome. Okay, so some of you know that it is quite, it damages things like roads and houses, telephone poles, fence posts, electrical poles. So it's movement. So black soil is a layer of soil in the ground called black soil, where it's self-mulching. When it's wet, it expands, and when it dries, it cracks. And that movement pushes our fossil material to the surface, allowing for our landholders to find our fossil material. When we are ready to start a dig, we start with an parade, where we flag out all the bone material we see on the surface. We then draw up quadrants around those flagged areas, and that becomes our dig site. So I have a little rendering of a dig site right here. I prepared earlier. Every dig site is slightly different. So some of them could be wider, some of them are longer. However, one thing remains the same. We're finding our dinosaur individuals in the first metre to 2 metres underground in the Winton Formation. So the same formation that the Winton dinosaurs are being discovered in as well. Perfect. Okay, welcome to the Megafauna Lab. Welcome. We keep all the labs separate because we don't want to mix any different age sediment, bone, or fossil material together. Megafauna we're discovering in extinct mud springs down in Euler. These animals, the majority of the ones we're finding and working on are from diprotodons. Our megafauna are about 100,000 years old. They're bones. That's why I've been saying bones and not fossils. They are partially fossilized, but they're still in fact bone. Bone enough that if we wanted to, we could DNA test. You wouldn't be getting complete strands, like you and I, would only be getting partial strands. And DNA testing does destroy the specimen, and we are all about protecting and preserving here. We don't use water, as water would create a muddy situation that no one wants to work on, and it would damage bone. Instead, we use acetone. Acetone moistens the sediment down long enough that we can come across with our dentist tools. We can crumble the sediment, and then we're using paintbrushes to remove that loosened sediment. And we repeat the process. This is a gorgeous femur. Preservation is stunning. So as you can see, it is being cleaned up. So we've cleaned it up, we've carefully consolidated. Once one side is completely cleaned up, we come across with glide wrap and modeling clay. We're modeling it to the bone or bones in that jacket, and then we're flipping it until it looks something like this. So again, following that same process where we're cleaning, we're consolidating until both sides are being cleaned. And then we give it a cradle to sit in. So every bone and fossil get a uniquely designed cradle for it. It'll live in that cradle for the rest of its life in display or collections. To my left, there's a bone jam. To my right, there's a bone jam. Behind you, lovely people, there's a bone jam, which actually has a skull of a diprotodon. So the diprotodons had buck teeth, their top ones curved over their bottom straight ones. So I'm going to show you the straight ones, and you can see the curve over there. This is my favorite bone jam in a megafauna. Yes, Alana, it's only 2 bones. But look at this pelvic bone. Like, oh. Stunning. So this individual, this mandible, is an older individual compared to the one in the jacket beside me, because the teeth have actually been ground down quite close to the jawbone. The buck teeth are very short, but they're very thick compared to the teeth in this mandible, which are quite long and luscious, and the buck teeth are extremely long and thin. Or it went and saw the dentist, but highly unlikely. Is This is Zach. Everyone say hi. Zach is quite special. Actually, they're all special. Zach was discovered on Anzac Day. And that is how we come up with some of the names. Not because they're male or female. We can't actually tell whether they're male or female. No. But it's names. It's location. It is people. It is time. So Zach and Zach Day. And then little baby Sid. I nicknamed him little baby Sid because he's our smallest dinosaur in our collection. But Sid was named after Sydney Kidman in hopes of getting funding. Didn't work. Two dinosaurs for dating
Well, that was the Natural History Museum in Eromanga. That was really cool.
Arimanga dinosaurs.
Yeah. Really interesting. It was really well put together for such a little museum. Like it's not very big, it's not as grand as like the Dinosaur Museum is at Winton, but it's really informative. And the tour guide, Alana, she was fantastic. She was so passionate and she was very knowledgeable.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was able to answer everyone's questions. Yeah,
she actually lived and breathed and loved it.
Yeah, and it was nice.
And that came across in her like describing things and
No, it was good. It was awesome, and we got to see like the bones of Cooper and Zach and George and Tom.
Yeah.
And little Sid.
all of Cooper's backup singers.
Yeah.
Cooper's front band.
No, it was really cool. And then when you go into the room where the actual bones are in their cradles, I think they were called.
Yeah.
They were very put together. I don't know.
Yeah, it was cool.
It was cool. Yeah. So if you're out this way, definitely come check it out. Anywho, definitely come out and check Arimanga. It's a very little town. Don't stay at the caravan park.
Well, you can if you want to. We just had a bad experience with the owner. He was just a little bit rude, not welcoming.
Yeah. And by the sounds, it wasn't just us. There was a couple of other people that were sort of the same opinion. But just slidey. Just on the way out to the Natural History Museum, there's a little rest stop.
You see like a park and a town hall.
Yeah.
Right next to that, there's a little rest stop. I put it on WikiCamps. I did a wiki thing.
Yeah.
It wasn't on there. They've only just opened it up for a 24-hour stay. And I mean, you've got drinking water in the park. There's barbecues in the park. Heaps of tables and chairs. Nice grassed area.
Yeah, there's
Which
toilets
is
and showers.
20 metres away. Yeah, toilets and showers.
Yeah, and it's free.
It's free. Shade. And we got almost no road noise last night.
Yeah, it was awesome. So I rate that.
Yeah. Stop there.
Stop there, definitely stop there.
Anyway, we're currently on the way to Quilpie. We're probably almost there. It's been a nice drive. Again, so much wetter than what we ever anticipated.
Yeah.
And they do call this the Channel Country, and you can see why now. There are just so many little floodways and channels of water running sort of east-west. Oh no, they're actually running north-south. Correction. Running north-south, and it's good to see. It's good to see them with actual water in them and not just dry, crusty.
We'll probably only do an overnighter in Quilpie. I don't like. You can go opal fossicking and things like that.
Save that for Coombe.
Yeah, would love to. A little bit hard with Blake being her age at the moment. Maybe when she's a bit older, we could do a bit of a fossicking thing.
Yeah, I don't know. We kind of want to get to Charleville. Spend at least 1 or 2 nights there.
I am anticipating 2 nights at Charleville. There's a lot.
Seems to be a lot of stuff to do, and there's a lot of astronomy stuff, which
Yes, there's lots of astronomy stuff to do in Charleville, which I'm really excited about. And there's also Bilby experiences.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if we'll do, but that would be pretty cool. Hello there, guys. We are just set up in a little free camp just outside of Quilpie on the, I'm calling it the Baloo River because I like Disney, but it's probably like Baloo or something like that. I don't know. But it's a pretty nice spot. It's only about 2-3 k's out of town. Not very far. Yeah. What are you doing, monkey? Ha! Ha! But yeah, pretty nice. Pretty nice little spot. Laurie's just put the yabby pots in the river down there. Don't know, we might get something, we might not get something. And now what are you doing, babe?
Getting a video for the fans.
Oh yeah, next video.
Yeah. How nice is this spot? In amongst the gum trees, free camp.
Yeah. Dinner tonight, babe. How yummy are they gonna be?
Yeah, probably pretty yummy.
Blake's absolutely fascinated. So Laurie just chucked the yabby pots in the river last night, just down here. One had a potato and a mandarin in it. And one had tuna, and the one with tuna got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think. Yeah, 5 yabbies.
G'day guys, we're in Charleville. Pulled up late, sort of yesterday afternoon. Well, not so much late, sort of about 3-4 o'clock. Cute little town. We sort of drove around town and we're looking at the wiki camps and trying to pick which caravan park to go to because we wanted some power to upload a video. We picked the Evening Star. It had the highest rating on wiki camps, and I think it's for a very good reason. We're being harassed for some keys. Have you taken dinner out? Can you take some dinner out, please?
I'm just going to go over and see them.
We might be running an errand for... We're making friends. It's scary, but we're making friends. Some lady asked us if we can go grab some milk for her from town, and since we're going to town and we'll be in town all day and then coming back, but hey, we can go get us some milk. Every evening they do a happy hour they got a licensed bar here. $3 basic beers, so like your Golds, your Northern and whatever, and wines, base wines. Good to go. Plus there's a fire and you get damper. Just a big communal fireplace that they just crank right up. We had music last night. I think it's only on the weekends they do music. Yeah. And well, it was. I reckon everyone from the caravan park was there. It was cool. Very good atmosphere. the best thing about this caravan park, when we're driving out, I'll do a little bit of a drive around and I'll show you, but they've kept it so you're not very close. Heaps of drive-through sites, but in between every drive-through site is bushes, so you can't even really see your neighbour, which again makes it like you're a lot more spread out, but God, it's good. Like, those little things that just, they're not trying to cram you in to fit as many people as they can in just to turn a dollar. They're relying on other things like their reputation and whatever, and their friendliness to keep people coming back. And anybody from my friends or family that are coming through here and want to stay in caravan parks, I'll be highly recommending it. Well, Riz went out last night. They run a stargazing, or a stargazing guy comes out here and runs a bit of a tour. Go out and you sit by, they've got an old wool shed out here, sets up a big telescope, points out all different constellations, and yeah, you can see different planets and whatnot. Obviously the less moon the better, but yeah, quite cool. Anyway, I've rambled for a long time. Haven't I, Blake? Huh. As you can see there, these are the drive-through sites, and you got bushes between them all, and they're very well spaced out. Super cool. All this grass you can see in front of us, that's our site. That's our little van, and that's our site. It's huge. It's great. What was the stargazing tour called, my love?
I think it was just Evening Stargazing.
Okay. Just some bloke that runs a little thing out of the caravan park.
Yeah, his name's Greg. It was really, really good.
So there's like a cabin or something. I don't know how many they have or what the go is, what the pricing are, but I'd highly recommend anyone just come out here and stop. And all that's in front of us here is all your unpowered sites. Like, you're in amongst all the trees and they don't cram you in.
You can have fires.
Yeah, another really cool thing there, you can see the garden. You can go in and collect whatever they've got in the garden. Just don't take a bag. They say just whatever you can carry in your hands. Obviously they don't want everybody just taking everything.
Yeah, there's like spinach and tomatoes and stuff like that.
Big communal fire area, and the licensed bar where we were last night, and we'll probably be again tonight. And that's the camp kitchen. Yeah.
So it's a really
like, this is
really
how
good.
big and spaced out it is. They've got old cars and they've got all stuff just splattered around.
Yeah.
Which is one thing that we both love about this caravan park is you could have 100 people in here. You probably can't get 100 people in here. No, you probably could, but you don't know it because everybody is.
In.
Yeah, you're not crammed in. The size of these sites are huge.
Yeah.
These drive-through sites, you could have the biggest of car and caravan and still not even take up half of it.
And the owners are absolutely lovely.
They are. They couldn't.
Really,
I've already said that. They
nice
couldn't be
lady.
nicer, but like, that needs reiterating.
Well, I went and did the stargazing tour on my own last night. Laurie and Blake stayed at the caravan site, and the owner came in her little buggy and met me halfway and just wanted to check that I found my way okay, and she let me jump in the buggy and drove me to where the meeting point was because she knew I was doing it on my own.
Yeah.
Like, little things like that, they're just so lovely.
Yeah, and they've got reception boosters, so you're on the road out here, you'll have no reception. Don't let that like scare you away, because you pull in here and I have 4G. They have reception boosters in the caravan park. So I know a lot of people go away to get away from reception, but if you need it for an upload, like a video, like while we're in a powered site, then it's really cool.
Yeah.
And you're only 8 k's from the turn off out of town. You are probably 10 k's from town. You're not very far at all. So guys, if you're ever in Charleville, come out. Evening Star Caravan Park. What are we doing? Blake. We're going to the RFDS.
Yeah,
Info
Royal
Centre.
Info Centre.
Yeah. Come along.
So it's free entry, but it's run by donations. So we
Yeah, chuck a couple of bucks in.
yeah. Muppet, what are you eating? Yum! Yum! There's a pretty cool little playground.
Where are we?
Oh, that's a really good question. I knew the name of the park, I read the name of the park, and now I've forgotten the name of the park.
Just on the main drag in Charleville. You'll go.
It's one of the parks they say that's actually really nice to stop at because there's like a wetland walk and everything down there. It's quite nice.
Yeah!
Good girl! You're a little mountain goat. Oh, now Daddy's gonna drop you. Ready? Ready? Wah! Whooshka! I was grabbing her feet and tickling her before. Oh, that's really high. Oh God, that's really high.
You don't care?
Oh, no, too high, too high, too high, too high. So we're at the Evening Star Caravan Park. As we've told you guys, this place is amazing. And this is the bar area. They do happy hour, 5 till 6, $3 beers. Pretty decent. We have a Johnny. They do a massive big fire pit. Big camp kitchen in there. And they do complimentary damper every night.
Every night.
It's pretty bloody cool, isn't it?
Can't complain.
Yeah,
Cannot complain.
It's gorgeous. And this is the veggie patch we were telling you about before. You can go in there and pick veggies. Tomato and spinach at the moment, I think.
What a horrible part of the world. G'day guys, moving day again. That Evening Star Caravan Park, just on the outskirts of Charleville.
Best caravan park we've stayed in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With like hands down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's a wrap up of Charleville. Don't just make it an overnighter.
Yeah.
Stay a couple of days.
Yeah. If you're actually going to do everything, you need a couple of days. There's a bilby experience. You used to be able to get photos and touch the bilbies, but you can't anymore. I don't know why. It is $40 per person, but that all goes to
the rescue
and rehabilitation of the bilbies.
Again, didn't do it. We were here on a weekend, and small towns, everything's closed on a weekend.
Closed. So,
But
yeah. But it just means we'll definitely have to come back. Yeah. So it's Charleville.
no, we'll bring you along if we see anything cool on the way. Sort of keep heading east to
Yeah.
Brizzy.
Who knows where we'll end up?
Maybe Roma, maybe somewhere further, maybe not quite.
We'll see. See
Further
you guys.
road. Why, hello.
Good morning.
That was cold last night.
Yes, it was.
Very cold. We got to Miles last night. We ended up staying in the showground. Definitely less crowded than the caravan park looked, and for $15 less than
Yeah,
the
and there was a
caravan
little
park.
patch of grass that Blake could play on.
Yeah, can't really complain.
Yeah.
So, homeward stretch.
Yes.
We are probably going to get all the way into Brizzy tonight. Or this afternoon, really. We're only sort of 370, 380 k's from home.
Yeah.
The Miles Bakery. What was it called?
Mace's Bakery. I think it
Mace's
was.
Bakery.
Really good.
Seems like the spot to go. Everybody
Yeah.
was there this morning.
Yeah.
And the little thing that I always look for in a decent bakery is all the tradies. Because they
Yeah.
stop and they'll grab themselves a morning tea or a brekkie or something on the way.
Yeah.
But they won't stop at shit places. And the place was just tradies coming and going.
Yeah, trade. Yeah, so we're sort of headed home. Well, to
Yeah.
Brisbane, to my parents' house, because we don't have a house.
There's the home.
Our home is behind us. And we'll park up there for a couple of weeks. Just got some stuff to do, service the cars, etc., etc. It's Blake's first birthday in 2 days. I can't believe that. That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll see where we head off to from there. We're thinking probably north. We have friends in Townsville that we want to see, and we have my best friend in Mount Isa that we want to see, so we're going to kind of integrate all of that into this next leg, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be upset if my best mate who we couldn't see down in Melbourne, he isn't up in Townsville, he's moving back up there. And if we miss that timing, I'll be a bit annoyed. Might have to work something to come back via Townsville.
We won't miss him.
No.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure something
As
out.
always, we don't have a plan, and if we've got to backtrack, we've got to backtrack. That's what we do. We're good at backtracking, apparently.
Don't like it, but we're good at it.
Oh well. Yeah, so we'll keep you updated with our plans and what happens and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, hello guys. As you can see, we're on the glorious
Back
M1,
in suburbia.
dealing with traffic. Oh. I haven't seen 3 lanes that go in the same direction for a very long time.
And there's no dirt or gravel or rocks or
Grass and things. I don't quite understand what's going on.
Oh,
It's
well.
craziness, but it means this little part of the holiday, or this little part of our adventure's over. It's good. I've just been spending we've been listening to a cool audio book in Birdsville, about the Birdsville Copper, and it's been great. I'm just sitting there reminiscing on like what we've got up to and what we've done over the past couple of months. It's really cool, and I think over the next few days I'll probably be doing that, reminiscing and sort of, I don't know, just processing everything that's going on, because it's been great. It's been a great little holiday.
It has. It's been really good. We've been on the road for just over 2 months,
Yeah.
and we've learned a lot. We've done a lot. We've seen
For
a
our
lot.
first time caravanning.
Yeah, it's been awesome. It really has.
Yeah.
No, it's been good. It's been a really good learning curve, and you know, we spent a week or 2 remote, maybe a weekish in our back. And on this next leg, we're probably going to be spending a lot more time
Probably a month, if not
remote
more.
and outbackish, and I think this little stint has been really good for all that kind of stuff, because we're not going into a long remote stint not knowing how long between we need to fill the water and how long we can have a shower for, and you know, all those little things. That's been really good to learn.
Alright. Well, now you flipped around. Hopefully you can't hear the wiggles, and if you can, we'll try and hide it. Yeah, it's been a great little learning curve. We did take it away and do a couple of little trips beforehand, just to try and get like a bit of a grasp on things. But spending 2 months living in it, on the road and doing everything, you just learn a lot more than
It's
a week or
different
so
to taking it
ago.
away for a week.
Yeah. But couldn't be happier with the Jeep. We're coming in now, we've done 11,150 Ks, and our average fuel economy for all of that is 14.3 litres, dragging probably 2.6 tonne around.
Yeah.
Like you can't argue with that, can you?
It's pretty
Some
good.
people don't even get that driving without
towing. And you know, it's funny, we've had so many people say, oh, not to be rude, but you're towing with a Jeep, or not to be rude, but how does the Jeep perform? And blah, blah, and we don't have a bad thing to say about it.
No.
This has been the best little steal I've ever bought.
Yeah. And I'm sure it's going to be like every other car. It's going to come in, it's going to have its issues.
Oh, of course.
We're
And
going to
every
find
car
things,
has that.
but
Whether you have a Hilux or
Unbreakable.
Trailblazer or whatever you have.
yeah, whatever you're towing with, whether it be the D-Max and that like legendary 4JJ1,
You
still
get
has
it.
issues. You have your 200 series Land Cruiser, you have any of them, they all have their issues. But I don't know. I swear by this little diesel engine, this little V6, and yeah, she goes her up.
But
Yeah.
you know, it's been good. Exhausting at times. It's been a real learning curve traveling with a baby.
Yeah.
I mean, we've traveled a lot with Blake. We were saying the other day that Blake's seen more in her 1 year of life than people probably have seen in their entire life of Australia.
But there are 2 most asked questions.
Yeah.
How's it go travelling with a baby, and how does the Jeep go?
Yeah. And 90% of
Both
the time.
of them?
Yeah.
Good.
90% of the time traveling with Blake is awesome. It's just that little, you know, it's just us. So sometimes it's hard to find a little bit of reprieve. But you know what? That's life. That's what it is. That's what we're choosing to do. And she's done heaps and learnt heaps and...
I wish it was forever. But no, it is one of the hardest things. You can't get any sort of isolation or any separation.
Yeah.
I mean, you can for an hour or two, but really, you're not. You're all living,
it's not. You're
all living and breathing in the car or the van, and we don't have a very big van.
Yeah.
13 foot feels like 13 foot when it's rainy and cold. You can't go outside.
Very small.
So things do take a little bit longer, but
at the same time, for us, we've gone from travelling from Townsville to Brisbane in one hit, and that's like 16-hour drive in one hit, to now being like, okay, we have to stop every couple of hours. Yeah, like travelling 4.5 hours is one of the biggest days we've done on this trip. So it's actually been nice for us to learn that we have to stop, and that it's nice to stop, and that you can see so much more and do so many more things when you're forced to stop every couple of hours, as opposed to just going and gunning.
It was we always planned to stop, but sometimes you're just like, I want to punch out a few Ks. She doesn't really allow you to punch out. Well, you can still do 400 or 500 kilometre days if you want to. But
500 is about the max, though.
But it'll be more testing on your relationship and the child, because she doesn't particularly enjoy that.
Yeah.
So it's just easy to do your sort of 200 to 300 kilometre days. Forces you to slow down and see things, see this beautiful country we live in. Yeah, it's great.
Anyway, that's a wrap up from our little family.
It is. I'm just going to sit here and enjoy doing 70 kilometres an hour in 100 zone. It's great fun.